Last night we were at an event where we were trying to get more women elected to office because we just don't have enough women who are running for office. And I and a number of other elected officials were inspiring women to run for office. Not just women, members of the LGBTQ community, Latino women, women of color. We need all of you to run for office, to think about running for office and to step up. Because look, let's be honest, I don't look like your traditional elected official, right? I don't. Most people, when I walk in the room, say, "That's the Attorney General." Yeah. Right. But we need more individuals like that because you bring different perspectives to the table. And you also understand, you broaden the table and you make sure that all voices are heard and all people feel a sense connection to government. And because, listen, your problems are my problems. I don't come from a perfect family. I've had my own experience, but it's really critically important that you have individuals who are not just rich, but individuals who are part of the working class, even people who are suffering, for even people who are living in poverty, run for office. And so we need more women to run for office, and that's why Sharice was there. And most importantly, we need women who obviously understand labor. Hello, right? Labor, because we're going backwards. Less and less women and individuals right now are joining the unions. I don't know if you've seen the commercial on TV, "Don't pay your dues." There's this commercial that's running on New York One, you've seen it, where individuals basically say, well, there's a Supreme Court decision which says you don't got to pay your union dues, and you can benefit from all of the benefit. You can benefit from all that unions have done for you, but you don't necessarily have to pay your dues. They're basically freeloaders, individuals who are freeloaders who benefit off the back of all of your work, the work of Tony and the work of John. And those individuals, we need to step up and say to them, listen, you're a freeloader, you should pay your dues. The union has been good to you. You've got a pension, you've got overtime, you've got sick leave, the list goes on and on and on. And here you're saying not pay your dues. You are a freeloader, and we should criticize them. And we should talk about the unions, and we should talk about how the unions are responsible for the middle class. The reason why we have a middle class is because of the labor movement. The reason why we've got a weekend off is because of the labor movement. The reason why we've got child labor laws is because of the labor union. The reason why every struggle in this society, at the forefront of that struggle was the labor movement. And that's why we really need to support the labor movement. And so Amen. It's an honor and a privilege always to be here with Transport Workers Union. And so whenever Tony or Tony calls me or John calls me, I am always at the forefront because I believe in working people and I believe in the labor movement, and I believe in all of you. And I want to make sure that women obviously are at the forefront too, and I just want to really, yes, all right. And I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to thank the Working Women's Committee. Where's the Working Women's Committee? Tony knows if you want to get stuff done, give it to who? A woman. That's right. What happened? Shirley, don't hurt him. No, Shirley.
$5 penalty. $5 penalty.
What was the penalty?
$5.
Uh-oh. For what?
You good, class? For that 5?
Okay, he gets a pass.
You good for it? No.
He gets a waiver?
You don't get a waiver. No waiver in that, Tony. $5.
There is no defense as ignorance under the law. Hell, show us your money. Wait a minute, you should be paying for my boo? Who are you? Paying for my boo. Listen, the pandemic, you've gone through the pandemic and so many other crises, and that's taken our toll on our city and our communities and our families. And it's the hardworking people of this great union who have kept us moving through it all. With a deadly pandemic on the loose, anyone who could retreat behind closed doors, they did, but not you, not any of you. You obviously were out there, and the Bible teaches us that you have to value others above yourself. And all of you thought about others before you thought about yourselves. All of you went to work each and every day, despite the sacrifices. And I know that some of you lost members in your own family, right? Mm-hmm. Right? And I was here when we put the memorial. We did an event in salute of all of those who died, and there was a memorial, and I know that we have a wall dedicated to all of them. You value others above yourselves, and you basically are the lifeblood not only of New York City, but of this nation, this transit system that keeps running each and every day, whether it's a storm, whether or not it's a pandemic. It really doesn't matter. When the lights go out, it really doesn't matter. The train keeps running each and every day. Our buses keep running. You don't ask for plaques, you don't ask for memorials, and you really didn't even ask for this luncheon here today. But here you are, and it's because, again, your leadership recognizes all that you have done, and we want to thank Tony, and we want to thank John for recognizing all of the women who are here this afternoon. Another round of applause for Tony. And I know that this union is becoming majority women, if it's not already. Slowly but slowly, the number of women who are joining these forces, the numbers are increasing. Again, expanding the middle class. And that's what's really critically important. More and more women recognize the benefits of having a good, stable job. And this is a good, stable job, which can help you send your kids to college, pay for their sneakers and all that technology that they want, right? And all of the things that they want, particularly as we enter into the holiday seasons. Kids want this, kids want that, kids want this, and you can only do that when you have a really good paying job. And you really have a good paying job here at the union. You showed up each and every day during the pandemic and you risked your lives. You were the essential workers who ensured that other essential workers could do their jobs. You exposed yourself to the virus to clean stations, stops, trains, and buses. You did it all. You did it all, and you got home safely, but at the expense, as I mentioned, of too many brothers and sisters who are members of this great union. And so if we can just bow our heads again in silence to all of those who lost their lives during the pandemic, all of the members of Transport Workers Union who have gone on to glory, all of the members in our family who have gone on to glory, all of those who died as a result of a pandemic that could have been prevented, but unfortunately because of the lack of leadership at the top, they passed away. So please just join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. We've also seen an uptick in an increase in violence. Yeah, right. Here, we're seeing more and more individuals who are struggling with mental illness. You know, one of the worst things about being the Attorney General, I don't know if I've shared this with Tony, is the New York State Legislature gave me the authority now to investigate all shootings by police officers of civilians. And 75% of the shootings across the state of New York are individuals who are struggling with mental illness. Let me say that again. 75% of the cases that I have to investigate, individuals who are shot by the police, are individuals struggling with mental illness. Now, and we now have body-worn cameras. You know, when I was a member of the city council, I advocated for body-worn cameras. We've got body-worn cameras, so now you can review it. You can objectively review it. And so I review all of the camera, all of the video. And what usually happens, it goes like this. A mother usually calls the police and says, my son, my daughter, they're having a mental breakdown, an episode. Please come. Police come, and the individual is usually locked up in their room or in the house, and they usually have a weapon. They've got a knife, they've got a gun, they have something. Police come in, they try to calm them down, they try to talk to them, and oftentimes it just doesn't work. And the individual, the suspect, they come charging at the police with a knife or a gun. The law says the police officers obviously have to protect themselves. They try to use the mace on them, it doesn't work. They try to continue to coax that individual to stand down, to step away, I'm gonna get you out. And invariably, the individual keeps charging at the police. And you see it. And so the police officers, when the mace doesn't work, when the stun gun doesn't work, they shoot them. And they die. And now we're seeing this all over the streets of New York State, where individuals come after you on the buses or on the trains. They sleep on the trains. They get on the buses without paying their fare. Sometimes they might be a little agitated. So they might be a little violent. And not all people with mental illness are violent. That's not the takeaway. But the point is that some of them might be. And now you are experiencing what I am seeing on these videos and what we are seeing all throughout the state and around the nation.
Exactly.
And we as a country and we as a state have to do more to address mental illness, right?
Exactly.
So all that I am saying is that we've got to take our resources, government resources, and provide them with psychiatric beds, more mental health professionals. That's what we need to do. And unfortunately, we have not been able to do that. As the Attorney General, I will be working with the state legislature as well as with the governor, Governor Hochul, to urge her to open up more hospital beds, to open up more mental health facilities, and to provide treatment to individuals who are struggling with mental illness. Violence is not the answer. However, I recognize that when people come charging at police officers have to take action. But what we need to do is prevent that from happening by removing them and by assisting them and providing them with mental health and making sure that all of you in this room and all of the individuals who are not in this room, who face it each and every day, are safe. And that's my #1 priority going forward. You know, you've got a lot on your shoulders, but you've shouldered it all each and every day. And there are times when we need to take a break. And today I want to thank Tony and John for allowing you to take a break and breathe, exhale. Ladies, we're dying from heart disease, particularly women of color. Ladies, diabetes. I don't know what we're serving today, but a lot of that is just not good for us. It looks good, it smells good, I can't wait to eat it, but it's not good for us. Ladies, we're dying from stress. Let's be honest. Some of you will leave today and go home to a very stressful situation. A very stressful situation. But ladies, and then there's ladies, you might be in a relationship where individuals are abusing you. Love should not hurt, and it's okay to walk away. You're better than that. Better than that. And if anyone raises a hand to you in your home, you need to get assistance, get out, leave, and take your children with you. And there may be a situation where it might be your child, right?
Yeah.
And so you may need to walk away from that situation. It's okay to do that. You got to think about self-preservation first. Let me say that again. You got to think about self-preservation first. There is no S on your chest. There is no S on your chest. And I've gone to too many funerals. Too many funerals. There was a woman just 2 days ago or yesterday, a shelter here in the city of New York killed her 3 babies. Yeah, left them in a tub. What about the woman in Coney Island in Brooklyn? Drowned her 3 babies and left them on the beach in Coney Island. What about the situation where, again, a woman, again, killed by a boyfriend? Or what about over and over and over again, women who leave their children with a man who knows nothing about childcare, isn't trained, doesn't recognize their strength, and kills the baby? We got to talk about these issues. We've got to be real, we've got to be honest. We've got to say to our sister who might be in a mood, are you okay today? Do you need help? Can I extend a hand to you? Is there somebody you want to talk to? Can I assist you? It's okay to cry too. It's okay to cry. And that's why these events are so important, so that we can get in a safe space, a space where no one can judge you, a non-judgmental space, and we can talk about the issues affecting our families and ourselves. And that is what is so critically important. So I want to thank you, Tony, for doing that on behalf of these amazing, amazing women. So many of you have gone through a war, and you must ensure that you've got the supports and health care that you deserve, whether you realize it or not. The psychological and emotional impacts of the past few years and even in the past few days have been really impactful. It's going to take a toll on all of you, but I want all of you to know that we are here to assist you. And as the Attorney General, as you can see for all of those who are out of state, I'm just a woman from Brooklyn. I'm accessible. I come out and speak to a lot of events. You will probably see me walking the streets of Brooklyn by myself, even though I'm not supposed to, but I do it anyway. But I believe, obviously, in my job, I believe that no one is above the law. I believe in taking on bullies. I believe in taking on individuals, whether or not they're in the White House or the State House. It really doesn't matter to me, because I know who's behind me, and it's all of you. And it's really all about doing the right thing and making sure that individuals understand that politics and politicians, you're not here for the glory or for the title, but you're here to serve others. And that's what I do each and every day. So please, ladies, please take care of your body, please take care of your mind. And it's because taking care of your body and taking care of your mind is the ultimate sign of love for yourself and of self-care and strength. And I know that today's session will be impactful for each and every one of you. I will end by saying the fact that you have access to this care and that you have experts that are around you is a real testament to each and every one of you, and really to the leadership of this great union. They really care about you. They care about you each and every day. They fight for you at the negotiation table, but they also fight for you behind closed doors. And that's why events like this are so critically important. So I know I stand between you and the food, and I know you've had enough. So I'm about to close. I love each and every one of you. I'll see you in Houston. I'll see you in Nevada. I'll see you in wherever, whatever. God bless you and thank you.